Hello and welcome to the Speak To podcast. I'm your host Nuzgar, and with us today we have Zondaa
Everyone's unfunny loser.
and LucasSpeaks.
Second time's the charm.
Feels good, man. So we've taken a little bit of a break since the last episode. How many weeks has it been again now? 3 maybe?
3, maybe nearly a 4, yeah.
Yeah. Still, but faster update time than baited podcast. Feels good, man. We're just here today to start off the New Year strong in 2019. Happy New Year, everyone, and hope you all had a fantastic holiday. But obviously last year we had the Logan Paul suicide forest incident, and this year we start the year off with scamming children with potentially amazing prizes like a mansion. Lucas, you want to start us off with this topic, or?
Like Nuzgar said, last year we had Logan Paul in the Suicide Forest, and this year we have Jake Paul advertising to children gambling sites with prizes such as a mansion, $250 million, Lamborghinis, fidget spinners, whatever you could want.
Random slimes.
Yeah, random slimes.
Lovely bit of slime.
Back to school gear, whatever a kid wants.
Sight balance.
Yeah. But Jake Paul hasn't been the only one doing this. Rice Gum has also been doing this, and he's actually been the more vocal of the two. He, as of uploading this within the hour, he's actually responded to H3H3's response to his apology. And it looks like H3H3 will probably respond to that response.
Yeah, depending on how, I don't know, it's two things. It might be the smart thing for him not to respond, but if he does respond, then, and we haven't uploaded this yet, we may, you fucking lucky bastards, record a little bit of extra snippet there, a little bit more content for you. Not that any of you deserve it. You know you don't, for a fact.
This is our gift
we're
to
just
you.
very, very generous gods. Yeah, for the new year, since we've been gone, if H3H3 uploads the next couple of days, we'll tack something on the end. But yeah, it's quite an interesting topic. It's very reminiscent of the whole like T Martin and Pro Syndicate thing.
Yeah.
And again, that was once again exposed by H3H3, and he was quite quick on the ball on this one as well. He very much led the charge in that sort of like in that video when that came out, all those years ago in 2016. But yeah, it seems like he's taken the lead on this. He seems like anytime there's a mystery box or some sort of loot crate, he wants to get on the ball for that.
Yeah.
I think he's going to get known for that.
He's very on the ball with scamming kids with gambling websites.
Oh, most definitely.
He's a child protector, the child defender against massive YouTubers.
I thought you were going to say child predator. I got worried.
I mean, could be. He could be.
He's not. We don't want any trouble. He's not.
The protector against child predators. You're bringing up this narrative. It's false narrative. But yeah, Zonda, what do you think about the whole thing?
To say the least, pretty messed up. Especially with how Jake Paul was, promoting the whole site. He knows who his target demographic is. He knows it doesn't surpass the age of like 14, I would say, maybe tops, that like on the plus side. Like it's, mainly underage, probably from like 8 to 14, I'd say. And he's promoting what is essentially gambling to these kids. And diving into the website, you can see, how shady it is, and just things aren't in plain English. Like literally there's typos everywhere. The site's not necessarily even based like in the States or like any sort of mainly English speaking country, and it just really does not seem to add up. There's a lot more to it than meets the eye.
There are many branching pathways with this. With the research we've done, it's very complex.
Right, I mean, Ricegum had a valid point in his upload today against the response H3 made to his apology, where he made an apology, made a video talking about it and trying to, like, obviously, talk about it and try to, like, apologize for what he did. But then Jake Paul literally only replied to H3's tweet saying, "Love the vid."
Yeah.
Yeah, I really loved it. H3's like, "You do know this is about you scamming children, right?" Yeah, absolutely loved the vid. I mean, like, what the fuck? I think people are like letting him get off with that just from a stupid tweet. Whereas at least Riskam tried to make a video and like actually address the issue.
And to be fair, Ricegum has been, say what you will about the apology, he's been the most apologetic about it. Whereas the Jake Pauls, they will, he
Doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, some YouTubers have even gone to deleting their videos as soon as the controversy hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't give like Jake Paul just doesn't give a fuck.
No.
And I wish like H3 would take the foot off the gas of Ricegum, but it's obvious why he's doing it. They want to have a little bit of back and forth, have a bit of beef, and then I'll obviously get more views and subs and things.
Yeah.
Because everybody loves a little bit of beef. I mean, honestly, the only reason I subbed to H3 at the time, when I first subbed to him, was because of the Leafy drama.
Right.
That's the whole reason I subbed to him. In fact, I also subbed to Leafy around the same time as well.
just to see how it unfold.
Yeah, exactly. That literally was. I wanted to see the drama unfold, so I'm guaranteeing they're gonna keep this beef going. If anyone hasn't seen the Ricegum video, at the end of the video, he also like slagged off Ethan's wife, Healer.
Yes.
So he's obviously trying to bait him into making another video. Which, if he does upload it, we'll have a chat about it.
It feels like this controversy is, unlike the Pro Syndicate and Team Arthur one, this one's a lot more drama-fueled and not really focused on the legal aspect of it.
Yeah, if he actually cared, if H3 actually cared, he'd be like, the fuck, Jake Paul, you're not taking this seriously at all. But he's obviously, he made the video, exposed it, wanted to get the views and money, and now he's just going after Ricegum now to be sort of like, oh yeah, you know, just trying to start beefs so you get some money, which, I don't blame him. If I was in his position and I could get loads of money from doing it, I would. But don't sort of put yourself on a pedestal as like a social fucking, trying to, I was going to say social justice warrior, it's not that, but sort of like saying he's like a hero for justice and sort of like trying to get justice on YouTube. But then only go after the one who's biting back. And he's not even biting back. He didn't even throw shade at H3. He just fucking apologized. And I'm sounding like a fucking Ricegum dick sucker here, but I'm honestly not. It's just from an outsider's perspective as sort of like, who's just somebody who just knows of both of them. Not really a fan of either. But I think he should have gone after Jake a lot more rather than just meme on him a little bit in his video.
I mean, there was a video by Memology 101 showing that H3H3 had a bit of hypocrisy in this whole thing to do with the BetterHelp situation. How he he criticised Ricegum about not reading into things, but also said that YouTubers shouldn't be I don't want to say anything untrue, but from what I remember, it was him basically saying YouTubers such as Boogie and Philip DeFranco shouldn't be held accountable as much.
Yeah.
For the
No, he said, it's like what Ricegum was saying in his recent video. Again, I'm probably going to reference that a lot. It's just still fresh in my mind. But he said as well, like, just to break it down bare bones, is that don't go after DeFranco and Boogie and all those lot because they're depressed. So don't make fun of them. But yeah, you can make fun of the others because they're not depressed. They're just doing it for money. And it's like, well, DeFranco and Boogie, yeah, they may be depressed, but they're obviously just doing it for money as well.
I mean, I wasn't the biggest fan of Ricegum's newest video. The joke at the end sort of soured it for me with the whole "did it feel good though" thing, but I will admit that he at least made valid points in it.
I don't have a problem with him doing that, and the reason why is because the reason why he did it was just so he would deflect the shade or the hate from that whole rape thing off of him. So he's like sort of like saying, I've done it, I've made the meme, now what? Like, it's the same thing as like what iDubbbz did when Leafy was calling him like bald and he's bald and all that. He shaved his entire hair off and it's like, yeah, where's my hairline? It's the same sort of thing. It's like, if you embrace it and you do it,
they can't use it against you.
They can't use it against you. And that's exactly, and that's why I think he did it. And also he wants to try and get more beef from H3 and he wants him to be a bit more creative rather than just rehashing all the shit that, pretty much iDubbbz did. iDubbbz went through everything on Ricegum already. So the H3, the ball's in your court, boyo.
Back on the topic of the gambling site, Ricegum and Jake Paul aren't the only ones actually who advertised the site. There were also people like Zayn Hijazi, associated with David Dobrik, who you guys might not know. Reaction Time, another popular kid-centered YouTuber, and Morgs, which is actually a big source of contention for this topic.
Don't forget Guava Juice, a kid-friendly
epic slime
YouTube
boy
channel that has been plugging a gambling site as well. He's also since deleted the video.
Yeah, a lot of these people, like Morgs, Reaction Time, Guava Juice, and Zane, they deleted their videos with no mention of it.
Now, do they only delete it after the H3 video dropped?
Yeah, I think they only deleted it after this big controversy happened.
Yeah.
Obviously, they would have known, like, they would have been called out at some point, so they thought, all right, time to delete, pull out.
Yeah, they would have been called out ages ago, but as soon as a big hitter comes after them and it starts getting traction and trend, they're like, oh, fuck, time to pull out.
I mean, there were smaller YouTubers that were actually calling out these YouTubers, like, bigger channels like Guava Juice and Morgs, from the late last year, because they had uploaded content like quite late at that time. It just flew under the radar because the commentary community likes to focus on the main subjects, the people that are most prone to do something wrong. And maybe that's not something that Rice Gum necessarily understands or gets, because he keeps mentioning in his videos that this person has bigger subs than me. Why is he not getting hate? Well, it's because, Rice Gum, you've been getting hate in the past, and also
people hate you.
People don't like you, and people just refer to your content so they can also check if you've done anything dirty recently to call you out on it. Simple as.
Yeah. I always wonder, like, do you know, with the sponsorships and things like that, like, obviously they get paid by the people to upload the video and things, but I'm not sure if do they sign a contract or anything? Like, how are they able just to delete the video if they're getting hate for it? Like, couldn't they just, like, upload a video, get paid, and then just need to delete it or privatize it?
That's a very interesting point.
I have no idea how the sponsorships work. Like, how are they allowed to just delete it? Like, surely if you're a sponsor, you're paying them, say, like, 100K or whatever you pay them. You want that video up as long as you can, because it's like a fucking ad at that point. So how can they just, like, pull it down? Do they have to pay them back, pay them a fee, or...?
I reckon it's down to the sponsorship itself, like, depending on the company or how reputable they are, or rather just their status.
Yeah.
If they, if they really want some sort of contract set in stone where, like, you keep this video up promoting this product, or maybe you keep it up for this long promoting this product, and we'll release the funds to you.
Because, I mean, if, like, something like that, they came up, mystery box, I would be like, yeah, 100%, I'll make the video, upload it, get the money from them, and then just fucking delete it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't really understand. Like any sort of hate, why do they keep it up at all?
In terms of, like, a big audience like Jake Paul and Rice Gum, the first 24 to 48 hours are where the big boom in views are going to come. So I think most companies will be, I don't know business, but that first 24 to 48 hours is where the most traffic is going to come from towards the website.
Yeah.
So I think past the first, say, 72 hours, the company will probably be a bit more lenient in saying, okay, it's deleted, we got the boom in views that we need.
Especially if the channel's daily uploading. That video would just get lost in their feed. So yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah, the way the sponsorships work, it's always just been a little bit strange, I thought. Like, because, if I would just do, like, all the sponsorships I possibly could, and if any of them were even slightly dodgy, I'd just take the money and just delete the video. As fucked as that sounds, but I mean, obviously, something like a reputable company, like, say, if Coca-Cola sponsored me, to, like, drink a can of Coca-Cola on your stream, dude. I'm like, yeah, man, I'll drink that, I'll keep that uploaded. But if I was like, a sort of, like, gambling site, he's like, oh, yeah, gamble on you, we'll give you free credit. I'll be like, all right then, boy. Bing it in, and then I'll just delete it as soon as any sort of, like, anything come up. But, like, I'm surprised they're even allowed to delete it. That's my sort of, like, my thing. How are they even allowed to delete it? Surely there's some sort of thing put in place, because why doesn't everyone just do that?
Yeah.
Just judging by the legitimacy of the website itself, though, like, because they know that they're shady. So as a result, they're just going to follow shady business practices.
How are they even getting, like, big YouTubers to decide to leave it up? Like, how the fuck is, like, did you say Jake Paul still left it up?
Jake Paul and Rice Gum still have their videos up.
So why don't they just fucking, like, I just don't understand. There must be some sort of contract there, I guess. I'm not sure.
Well, based on the research that's been done, this website is a very shady website. I mean, while Morgs is still in the topic, we'll talk about how Morgs is 17.
Yeah.
And the legal age of gambling in the UK is 18, where Morgs is based. And this company, with the sponsorship of Morgs, I mean, in the Rice Gum, in his response to all the criticism he got, he showed the footage of Morgs directly interacting with the website, which is a very legally grey sort of situation because Morgs has been paid by this website to advertise something that he himself would not be allowed necessarily, or it would be at least morally questionable and legally questionable for him to do.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing with like the whole CS:GO Lotto thing, where it's like, it's not gambling technically because it's not monetary values that they're getting. They're putting money in and they're getting a reward, kind of like a Kinder Egg surprise. It's like going as far as saying something like that's gambling. I know this is a bit more intense, but it's like, it's not gambling because it's a random chance. But it is gambling because we know it's gambling. We know it's gambling, but by law, does law consider it gambling? And that's where I think with the Morg situation on this this website, the one we're talking about, the legal requirements they've got, which is like section 4.1. They say the legal age on their website is 13.
Yes.
So it's strictly prohibited if you're under 13. So he is of age by the website's rules.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, yeah, if it's counted as gambling in the UK, that's if the UK law actually considers something like this gambling, which I don't think they do. I think they only acknowledge monetary gains, and that's why he hasn't been done.
Yeah.
But it's still an interesting thing, and like you said, it's very shady, very grey.
Yeah.
And with the amount of occurrences of like these things happening now and how much they're getting brought into the mainstream media, because this whole thing was brought onto, like, it was like on the front page of Twitter trending, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's like on the front page of Twitter
was.
trending. So the amount of media attention this is getting now, I wouldn't be surprised if governments in America, UK, the big governments, maybe even the EU, start looking at changing their laws of what is and what isn't gambling.
It would make sense to do that in response to how recently the CS:GO Lotto thing and this have been.
Yeah, it's the problem is that governments and things like that don't really understand internet culture anymore.
No.
And like the internet's evolving way too faster than the laws can keep up.
I mean,
so there's so much new shit coming out. I mean, this like the CS:GO Lottos thing. I'm not sure when it actually started, but this sort of like gambling for skins stuff, I would say last 4 years, maybe
around 2014, 2015.
Yeah, but like, so think, and like it takes years for laws to pass.
Yeah.
Because they need to look at everything. So the whole internet is evolving way too quick before they can even react to it. And they can't just do like a blanket thing because other people will get so pissed. So yeah, maybe in like 10 years, like all this shady stuff will be a little bit sorted out. But then there'll probably be more new shit that people take advantage of.
Without a doubt.
On the topic of the CS:GO gambling, we've found in research that this website, mysterybrand.net, actually has the exact same terms and conditions down to the typos as two other CS:GO gambling sites known as caseshot.net and beastskins.net.
Were they owned by the same people?
There's no conclusive evidence, but what we have found is that beastskins.net actually uses a proxy, which mysterybrand.net also uses. The same
Cloudflare.
proxy service.
Yeah.
What's even more suspicious is, with caseshot.net, we put it through a plagiarism detector on the mysterybrand.net terms and conditions, and when we found the caseshot.net link, it was actually the Polish page. And Zonda, you found stuff to do with Poland when you were looking at the terms and conditions, didn't you?
Yes, on the terms of mysterybrand.net, section 23.1, you have under jurisdiction that in fact, quoting from the site directly, these terms are interpreted and are subject to the jurisdiction and the laws of Poland. So, essentially, what it seems to be is that when you sign up to the site and when you're applying to use the terms that are set in that country, Poland, so, you know, it doesn't really matter where you're from, if you're from the UK or US or wherever else, you're subject to those terms from the laws of that country.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like the whole Amazon scandal where whole Amazon places in the UK are technically, what was it? Was it Sweden, I think? So they didn't have to pay tax? Or Switzerland or something like that. Do you remember that?
Yes, yeah.
Same sort of thing then. It's like they're going. When you're on that site, you're using Polish laws, not your own laws of your own country.
Yeah.
And Polish laws let anything go. Maybe.
But the website is very shady, with proxies linking to websites with very little information, taking the exact same terms and conditions, and it all leads to something being up. I mean, if you look at the social medias of Mystery Brand, the pictures, unless they're of the website itself, look like stock pictures. They look like they weren't taken by someone associated with the website.
Yeah.
And the idea of a data collection scheme was brought up. It's something that scammers do. They sell off the data to bigger companies for a profit. We actually found that one YouTuber in particular, Reaction Time, who also made a video about this, had specifically told his audience to give in their actual addresses instead of a PO box for the website. Which, again, links to selling off people's data. And kids don't realise the implications of giving out their address, unless they're taught, obviously.
Yeah.
So it all just leads to this big, shady scheme.
Yeah, of just collecting and accumulating as much data on people as possible.
And profit.
Selling it to the highest bidder. Yeah, of course, for profit. And then, selling that to maybe ad agencies, which can then target those users, on that household, on that IP for whatever content they seem to be interested in. And if they're on mysterybrand.net, you bet your ass they're interested in like hypebeast, stuff,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
they want that fresh Supreme and Yeezy. So that's exactly what they're after.
Yeah.
The site isn't actually affiliated at all with any of these brands they're pushing, are they? Like Hypebeast and things
I
like
doubt
that.
that any of these brands would want to be associated with something so shady.
There appears to be no
Exactly.
affiliation at all. I mean, even going back to Rice Gum's first video where he was like showing, he was showcasing the website and winning stuff off of it. There was a part on the video that a lot of people noticed, which then led him to make a pinned comment. He won a certain type of trainer or sneaker for you Americans. And when he received the sneaker in the mail, it was actually a different variant of that sneaker. So it was the same color, the same brand, but it was a different model, different design. And then he put in a pinned comment on that video that he won both of them, but he just didn't show him winning it. Why would you not show yourself winning two pairs?
Yeah, winning that one.
Yeah.
Come on, Rice Gum. You can come up with a better excuse than that. And the box
Come
as
on,
well.
Bede.
When he opened up the trainers, it wasn't a real box. It was a fake, standard cardboard box. The shoes weren't in their proper housing. They're probably fake from China.
Brian, what are you doing?
So there you go.
Brian Lee, come on.
Brian rocking that freak hypebeast gear.
Yeah. Or they were real, but they were fucking pre-bought by himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he just wrapped them in a box.
That's what a lot of people were
Exactly.
saying, that him and Jake Paul just cut the video and, just showed off the stuff they already had bought.
And it really does seem that way when you when you think of it. It just doesn't make sense.
Has anyone reported a win? Because all I've heard is people be saying they've got scammed. Has anyone actually, somebody legitimate who, isn't lying for memes or isn't doing anything like that, legitimately win anything and actually posted it? Or is it all still...
I haven't seen anything.
No one's actually officially won?
Nothing that I've heard of. Just bad reviews.
Because I've tried looking.
Yeah.
Lack of deliveries and just not receiving an item. That's all I've been hearing.
It seems like the only people who's received the items are the sponsors.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so fucked up. Well, the fact that not one person's reported getting an item.
Yes.
Just imagine
Jesus.
winning. Imagine actually getting the chance to win one of these items. You most likely won't, but just imagine it.
Yeah.
Only for you to not receive it.
I want the YouTubers willing enough to if I had £1 million, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I was a millionaire, I would just literally just be like, let's just have a test. Let's just see if I win fucking anything. Just take $500 and just be like, right, no matter what happens, I'm putting these $500 in, and I'm just gonna see what happens. And just buy boxes, whatever you do with it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then see if you win fucking anything, claim it all. And then even if it takes a fucking month for the stuff to get delivered, but if it's still do they even say on their terms and conditions how long a prize could take to be sent out?
Yes, they said that if you live in places like the USA, I think Western areas like the USA, UK, EU, It's 14 days delivery at the most.
Interesting.
Oh, somebody needs to do it. Like, come on. Like, I know it's money down the drain, but like, it's such a hot topic. You'll get so much money back in return. Somebody, please, fucking Mr. Beast, do it, boy. Bing in $1,000. Like, you can afford it. You'll get all the money back in AdSense. People will watch that video.
He's been getting demonetized. He might not.
Ooh.
Yeah, just don't swear. Just don't swear, boy. Just sit there. Don't swear and open up these boxes. And they'll be like, yeah, did I get anything? Oh, no, I didn't. Damn.
Yeah.
Like, it'd be so damning for them. Like, it's so good. Like, have one video you unboxing and then a video of you being like, nothing showed up.
Yeah.
And if it does show up, be like, holy shit.
There's my £4 AirPods.
The only problem with that is that Mr. Beast, if he was to ever attempt it, would never get anything good of value, especially if he just made a normal account and never told the owners, I'm going to make an account.
Yeah, so I mean, do you think he never would, even if he put in $1,000?
No, because the system that they have in place, they're probably fair. It's a gambling system that a lot of online sort of websites use to like represent the odds of winning and losing. They call them seeds, like they're very long strings of keys, and essentially someone punched in, they got a screenshot from Ricegum's video, one of Ricegum's wins, and they punched in the two keys into a generator, which essentially adds the two keys together and sort of encrypts them and pushes out something that's known as an MD5. From what I know, an MD5 is more of like a verification sort of or encryption result. And basically what that proved is that the result that was shown on Ricegum's video and the MD5 that was generated by this key were the exact same values. So the server result and the MD5 are the same value, and as a result, the chances of winning basically mean nothing. The site determines who wins and who doesn't. So there you go.
Oh shit! Yeah. So it's not random, you mean?
No, not random.
So there's no like random chance. It's like you're gonna win, you're gonna lose.
Correct. Yeah, they will literally give you.
Fuck.
That's why the YouTubers were just, getting so much in terms of what they were winning was just crazy. Like for example, Ricegum with the 10 grand Chanel handbag, you would never win that. But because they kept giving him winning seeds, that's why he kept winning like quite expensive stuff.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
Yeah, but if you go on a website now, or whenever, and you could just have a look at the live wins at the top of the page, you will never see anything good. People just keep winning crap things like a micro USB fan or some fidget spinners, which is just horrendous. Some shockproof AirPods case. It's just mental. You're never going to win anything good.
No.
Yeah. It's insane.
In terms of when the website was actually started and this mystery brand was created, it was actually very recently. The mystery brand website was started in early to mid 2018, and in April of this year, the license for mystery brand expires. So this links back to the whole money-making, data-selling ad scheme theory, that it's just a quick, let's make some money and go.
Yeah. Cash grab, innit?
That is it. Just a quick cash grab. They're going to disappear sooner or later.
Yeah. Especially with all the controversy. I'm surprised they haven't just fucking abandoned ship at this point before.
The website is still up, and it...
Yeah. When are, like, internet police going to show up and be like, the fuck going on here, boys? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's going to happen soon, especially with all the coverage. So they should cut their losses at this point and be like, I'm fucking 2 days before retirement, get me out of here. Because if you stay on, if you're in the last week of retirement in the police, and you stay on, you're gonna die. So that's what's gonna happen to the gambling site. They better pack up.
Somebody is literally just one slime on the website. That's some like, if this is actually true and people are still actually using this website despite all that's happened, that's like some 10-year-old kid winning some slime that he's never gonna get.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
It's pretty tragic when you think about it, to be honest.
Yeah.
Just, no Yeezys, no Supreme, no Bape.
Yeah, 10-year-old Jimmy's
just slime.
10-year-old Jimmy's just at home waiting for his Yeezys that are never going to come.
Yeah, feels bad, man.
Really does.
Just you spend all of Nana's fucking birthday money.
Yeah.
Here's 50 quid, little Billy. And he's like, 50 quid. Go fucking bing this on like 1,800 fucking shoe boxes for $2.
Yeah.
Does that, loses it all. it's like, oh, I want some Yeezys, and then he's like, goes to the postman, and the postman knocks at the door, and he opens it. And the postman kneels down to little Billy's level, and just goes.
Right in his ear.
That's what's happened. That's what's happened to his money. It's fucking yeeted.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
gone,
he
boys.
He screams that right in his ear.
His,
does.
Billy's ears are bleeding.
Yeah.
He's on the floor crying and
That's what he gets.
begging. Give me my Yeezys.
And then the
A little
postman just walks
broomstick.
off with his
His
Yeezys
little-
on.
Yeah, Yeezys on. But then the Yeezys fall apart because they're from China and they're fake. So
Exactly.
nobody wins with this gambling site.
No.
Everyone loses.
That's it.
Oh.
Right. So, anything else you guys want to talk about? Or should we wrap it
I
up?
think that's pretty much it. I mean, when the inevitable
Yeah.
H2H3 response part 2 comes out, we'll probably add some extra
Yeah, we'll tack
detail.
something on.
Yeah. If
Yeah. We'll tack something on the end because I think that'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about that drama.
yeah.
Definitely.
But for now, and potentially for the rest of this episode, you may hear our voices in a little bit. And if you do hear our voices, then we'll just like blip it in by ear, just like boom, and that's us speaking now.
Yeah.
But if not, this is the end. So yeah, it's been me, I was gonna say Lucas. It's been me, Nuzgar. With us today, we've had LucasSpeaks
Thank you for having me.
and funny loser Zondaa.
I'm still waiting for my Yeezys.
Bye, guys.
See ya.
Bye.